So we're on Clinton Street between Delancey and Houston. It's a 3-block stretch, and for years and years, this has really been considered as far east as you can go on the Lower East Side. It's kind of the border line. It's also been the next big thing to happen, but it hasn't happened. A lot of restaurants have come and gone on this block over the years, but now things are really sticking. Unfortunately, we're losing WD-50, but that's due to a lease and a new building coming up. Hopefully Wiley comes back. But in the meantime, we're gonna visit 6 new places today that I love. A great new ramen spot, Japanese izakaya spot, a Sikh sushi spot, a place that does wings, a little dive bar kind of place that's run by great guys with great food and $1 oysters, and one other place I don't remember. But Clinton Street, that's what's on the menu. 3-block stretch, 6 spots. We're gonna have fun. I'm Mike Colameco, industry insider. Been in the business my whole life, and I know what it takes to succeed. Each week we'll take you into real kitchens, filmed in real time. Backstage passes to a day in the life of chefs, restaurateurs, and their teams. The competition's fierce. Careers, life savings, and reputations hang in the balance. These are my people, and this is their passion. And that's what's next on Mike Colameco's Real Food. Mike Colameco's Real Food is brought to you by the continuous, generous support of the following underwriters.
Extra virgin olive oil from Colavita, an Italian family brand.
Rachel Ray's signature specialty food line, designed for preparing meals at home.
Lou's Naturals family of brands offers all-natural, minimally processed meats, free of antibiotics, hormones, and nitrates. From our family to yours.
Imported from Italy, Anna Pasta is made from 100% Italian durum wheat semolina and pure spring water, slowly dried to cook al dente. Recipes online at cento.com.
So what we have here, to go with a bit of the bubbles, is some of the uni from Maine. Please enjoy.
We're here with John Daley at Sushi Ko. Thanks for letting us in, man. Tell me about how you got into the sushi business.
That's a bit of a long story, but the long and short of it is I went to drop a resume at Per Se, and the doors were locked, so I dropped
Made a right-hand turn.
Dropped the resume at Masa. This was about 2005, right after the building opened.
Got it. After working at Masa, one of the great sushi spots in America, John moved to Japan to do his long apprenticeship with a Japanese master, working his way up the ranks for years before returning to New York and opening up this little gem on Clinton Street called Sushi Ko.
The season is just about peaking as they're starting to migrate a bit north.
And here you can see the fat.
Yeah.
In this section. I mean, it almost looks like marble and beef.
Yeah. You know, so it had a good life.
That it did.
It lived.
It lived for a while.
And now its sacrifice will most certainly not go unnoticed or unappreciated in this house. So what we have here, sorry for the tease release, what we have here is a little bit of the old New York Sushi Pho Part 2.
It's funny, because even first time I met you, I come in the door, who is this guy? And you have that Japanese almost bowing, respect, polite. I mean, you picked that up. It's become part of your DNA.
Please enjoy. Yeah, no, you have no choice. you kind of have no choice. I mean, if every day that you just bow and you know, kind of, you know, submit to your master, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're my guest or you're in my house, you know, you're always welcome. So it's, I can't not do it. A small welcome to New York Sushi Ko. We offer two different menus. One of them is sushi only, sushi nigiri form, you know, one piece at a time, no photos, no BS, you know, just eat the sushi.
Thank you.
And then the
Put
second,
the phone back in your pocket.
Exactly. And then eat it, don't tweet it. And the second one is a few small plates before a soup or soba, and that's where I get to have my fun. Where I've been the the American or the New York chef locked in a cage during my training, and so now is my chance to make those dishes. There's been some times where, you know, my master asks how's things going, or I tell him what I'm doing. He goes, "You can't do that." I go, I can do it here. And I go, I haven't changed our sushi, but yes, I can do that. I can do that here. The piece on the right with the Japanese applewood smoked kampachi or amberjack is just a lot of fun. Please enjoy New York Sushi Pho Part 2. So we try to we try to just do the same thing. Just keep everyone happy and just the vibe up. I play reggae music because reggae makes people happy and it makes me happy. We just try to just go with it.
Just your average, whatever.
Just your average sushi bar.
Just your average neighborhood sushi bar.
Yeah.
Here's a little coconut curry.
All right, we're in your spacious kitchen. This is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's out in the open.
It's out in the open.
Okay. And we got a big old menu that's great. So what are we going to demo today?
Today we're going to make caramelized onion risotto. We always do a seasonal risotto. And then roasted codfish grand mare.
Beautiful. Heading into winter, it's perfect time.
Yep.
Being that this kitchen is small, I'm going to step out off camera because two of us can't be in here and one of us is being in the way. So all yours.
Okay, great.
Run with it.
I start with butter in the pan. Thelma is named after my grandmother. She was born in America, but she comes from a Lebanese family. And so Thelma was the American name she got when she became an adult. And one of the difficulties with electric is gauging what the heat is.
Don't get me started. I don't know how you cook on electric. It's invisible.
So to me, it was very significant of what I was trying to represent in this restaurant. Of, first, just very simple, straightforward, homey cooking. And second, just like this American immigrant spirit that's alive on the Lower East Side. I actually just go ahead and I put some shallots in with the rice and the butter. So once that's done, you just add some white wine to cover and reduce it down.
And it takes roughly 18 minutes.
Yes, I'd
it's
say
big.
18, 20 minutes.
It's a tough pickup at restaurants.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
Yeah, man.
The good thing about a small kitchen is you don't have to move very far for anything.
It's the only good thing.
It's the only good thing. So as you can see, it's starting to bubble, it's reducing, it's starting to get nice and that creaminess.
And then gradually you'll add the stock in 2-3 ounce increments.
Yep. Usually the first addition, I put a good amount because I know that it's going to need it. And if I'm cooking and doing something else, this is where I can walk away for a second and just let it cook down. Okay, so once it gets to this point where it's 3/4 done and it's just a little hard on the tooth, we go ahead and we add the onions. So we have red and white pearl onions, cipollini onions that have been roasted in the oven. With just olive oil, salt, and pepper. Leeks that have been cooked the same way. And I always like to go heavy because you can never have too much onion. And then Parmesan cheese.
At some point, I think we're going to see some butter enter this pot.
I was going to say, my favorite fat is butter.
Every chef on the planet, kid.
It's there's no such thing as too much butter either.
No.
I just, I try and draw on all the influences of the different cultures down here that, obviously, it's the melting pot of America. It's where everyone came, but it's actually still that way in a way that the rest of New York is not. I love it. It's everything. It's Dominican, it's Chinese, it's acidic.
Hipsters, clubs. I mean, it's kind of like Williamsburg on this side of the bridge.
Yeah,
in a lot of
but
ways.
better.
Yeah, minus the dumb beards.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
And I also am a fan of salt, so.
You're a chef.
Yeah.
Best flavor amplifier in the world is salt. Beautiful, fresh chopped parsley.
I get an onion on top. And then we just garnish it with reduced red wine.
Good little acid to cut the fat.
Yep. And that's it.
There's a reason everyone loves this.
Yeah,
It's
thanks.
rich, it's creamy. And I love the idea of vinegar at the end. Just to cut the cloying, sometimes it's only be cloyingly rich. They've got a little acid to brighten it up. Beautiful.
Thank you.
What's next? What are we doing next?
The roasted codfish grand mare, which means grandmother in French. It's a variation on a classic French chicken dish.
Lardon?
Yep. We make our own bacon, our own smoked duck.
Here?
Since I can't get creative in other ways, I've just decided we make our bacon, we make our ricotta cheese, we make our mozzarella. We just make everything in-house.
Wow.
So, except for the bread. Because one, I can't eat it.
And that's a lot of work. It's a program.
As I say, that is for consistency becomes very difficult.
Heck yeah.
That's not something you just say, oh, I'm going to make. You can make a loaf. I can make a loaf of bread, but to make a loaf of bread every day
right, no.
that's consistent, that's not going to happen. So we have the lardon, the mushrooms, the pearl onions, some butter because I always like butter, parsley, and then just salt and pepper on the codfish.
Talk about Clinton Street circa 2014. Well, how do you see it today? Where do you see this block?
Well, I think it's changed. I actually think after 10 years of hearing how it's changing, that it's actually really changing. Just because the whole city's developed, we have more tourism. I like the changes. I hope it doesn't change too much because I don't want it to lose the feeling. And bing, done.
Bingo.
Parsley, red onion, lemon juice. Okay. Okay, so we just put the mushrooms, the pearl onions, and the bacon lardon. And then we also do put a little red wine reduction. Again, I reuse ingredients because of the size of the kitchen. Codfish right on top.
Great color on the cod.
Yep,
Great garnish, meaty garnish. I continue success.
Thank you very much.
10, 15, 20 more years at Thelma.
Oh, not that long.
Oh no, come on. As many years as on your lease that you can run it.
Yes, as long as I want it. Let's put it that way.
So I thought to myself, why not just do wings and do a bunch of Southeast and East Asian flavors and do a little mix between the South as well as the East Asia. You know, I was born in Lake Charles, Louisiana, so my mom, you know, grew up eating like a ton of Southern food, fried chicken and that. So I thought Seoul Chicken, you know, Seoul meaning Korea, our investors from Korea, and the owner of the space is from Korea, and then me technically from being from the South. That's where the E blinks out of the sign, so it goes from Korea to the South, Korea to the South.
You have to explain all this stuff.
You do, you know, and people are like, oh, that's why the E blinks out. I'm like, yeah, that's actually why the E blinks out.
Like a few lucky young chefs these days, Chaz Brown blew up on Top Chef. He'd worked for years honing his chops in Philadelphia with the great French chef Georges Perrier at Le Bec Fin. These days, he's having fun making some of the best and most approachable of all foods, fried wings tossed in super creative sauces.
Gochujang, this one? Yeah, that's got that color. So talk to me about somebody, I'm looking at this menu and I can't make my mind up because it all sounds bloody good. I mean, gochujang, the Korean pepper paste, who doesn't love that stuff? That's going to be like the next sriracha. Habanero kimchi?
Yeah.
Dude.
The habanero kimchi is probably our spiciest flavor. And what we do is we literally take the habanero and we just buzz them down, juice them, and then we actually take some of the habanero, the kimchi juice, pardon me, and we make that into a nice sauce, just emulsify it a little bit, and then we coat the wing with it. And it's like, it's got that funk from the kimchi, but the heat from the habanero, so it's one of my favorites. I'm a spicy guy anyway. Our fish sauce and garlic, and that's pretty much our play on the soy sauce and garlic that you get.
Classic Korean.
It's delicious, and it's one of those things where I started working at Fatty Crab, I started cooking with fish sauce all the time. It's like having like ketchup for the first time, like when you're like 25 or something if you don't know, or like, you know, marinara sauce. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, oh man, this is really good. Why hasn't this been in my cabinet my whole entire life?
A couple of questions. Gotta ask you. Could be Tyson, could be Cisco. Where you getting your chicken from?
So what we do right now is we get our chicken from these guys out in Brooklyn. It's called Della Pietra. It's on Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn.
Old Italian butchers.
Old Italian butchers. A lot of people use like, you know, the genetically altered bird. And to me, you know, there's nothing I like less than like a giant wing. All that means is like that bird is probably the same age as me. So, you know, our rings are a little bit smaller, but you know, they're organic birds. They're out of Pennsylvania.
Amish.
It's a younger bird and it's really, really good. And it's a little bit smaller, but I promise you the taste is there.
I want wings to go. I want wings to go. Wings travel, man. One of the nice things about wings is you put them in a box, put them in a bag, drive them 10 blocks, they're gonna be just as good.
Yeah, well, and another thing about it too, is especially during the football season too, it's like people on a Saturday and Sunday, college football, even basketball now. Like, you know, believe it or not, our basketball nights are just as good as our football nights here because we have the TVs that come down for the football games and they tear up wings and, you know, pound beers, which I'm very happy with.
Got to be done. Amazing fries, amazing wings. We're gonna get them. They do an amazing cauliflower here too.
We brine it. We cut it into chunks because we want someone to like have that same feel of like having like a wing in their hand.
And this is for people. There's a lot of vegetarians in this neighborhood. They come and they don't want to feel left out.
Exactly.
But we're not giving them steamed tofu fries.
Exactly.
It's coming out of the fryer.
That's right. If you're a vegetarian, you're gonna come here. You're gonna feel fat just like the rest of us. All right. We're relentless with this stuff. And that's actually a roasted miso and goat yogurt dipping sauce there.
Oh man.
Right?
Man.
Number 2 seller on the menu in general, period.
I get it. I want one. I'm getting one to go later.
Yeah?
I'm in. I'll bring in the dupe. I'll fry him myself, get a discount. Hey, I'm bussing tables and carrying peanut oil.
I did see that.
Yeah. We're not playing.
He pays his way.
These are our rye noodles, so it cooks very quickly.
So what's that in the bowl now?
This is the white soy tare.
And that?
That's chicken fat, because it's not like there's enough in it.
AKA schmaltz?
Yes, a lot in there. All right, so we got this bad boy cooking up right there.
So that's chicken stock that's enriched with chicken feet, a lot of protein.
Well, it's your chicken stock made from chicken feet.
Which has ton of protein.
Yep. A lot of protein, a lot of fat.
That.
Ramen is a bowl of harmony, really. It's soup and noodles. It's fat. It's a flavoring agent, a tare in Japanese. So I'm putting in some confit chicken from the thigh and some schmaltz
onion.
Schmaltz onion. Do we have that shio kombu somewhere, please? I'm gonna do a little scallion across, and we're gonna take some of this, what's called shio kombu, certain kind of sea kelp, and it's really chewy and salty and delicious. And we just garnish a little, and that's the dish. All right, so dive in. The difficult part about ramen is that if they don't really all kind of marry together, you really just have a bunch of stuff in a bowl, and so that's the challenge.
And you were trained in the West as a chef. You ended up marrying a Japanese lady, moved to Japan. You were kind of stay-at-home dad raising the kids. One day your wife's like, "Honey, go out and get a job." You get this idea, "I'm going to do ramen in Japan," which seems kind of crazy.
It was her crazy idea, not mine.
Her idea.
Yeah.
Good idea, girl. And you blew up.
Yeah. It's still challenging for a Japanese person to see a white guy in Tokyo making sushi. But in ramen shops, there's no rules, there's no guidebook, there's no cookbooks, and every guy prides himself on his secret sauce, his secret recipe, when he adds this and when he adds that.
Tempopo, I remember the movie, I loved it. It was the whole fetishization of stock and broth.
And it's the truth.
Give us another ramen.
You want another ramen? So I'm gonna reach behind you, I'm gonna go for one more batch of these guys.
So this story is about Clinton Street today and how this this block just keeps changing.
The Lower East Side for me as a 51-year-old, my memory of the Lower East Side is pickles and bialys. What I want to talk about is just how much I like the neighborhood. And we have the nicest regulars, and everybody knows each other, and they walk down the street, they watch each other's kids, they feed each other's dogs. Really, it's like it's real.
It's a hood.
It's real.
Yeah.
I serve the kind of food that I'm very excited because most people can afford it. It's casual fare. You can pop in, grab a bowl, and run right back out to another meeting or to meet your wife or whatever.
It's not a huge commitment.
Right.
It's a bowl of ramen.
Yeah.
It takes you a minute and a half to make a
Exactly.
plate, 10 minutes to eat, and you go.
Yeah. This is now another tare. We add in a mixture of pork and chicken fat.
And we should be perfectly clear that there's a good amount of fat in ramen.
Yes, although mine is probably very much on the very lean side. I'm going to add a little bit of a powdered katsuo here with a little bit of salt in it.
Katsuo dashi?
Yep, and makes it a little more flavorful.
How many seconds?
40. Chicken soup there. This is sort of our fully loaded version. Put a little extra meat in, put in a couple of tomatoes, turn around and do one of these crazy eggs. It's just perfectly liquid.
Gorgeous. Get a beauty shot of that, Kirk. Ivan, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Welcome
Nice.
to the hood.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Best
Thank
of
you
luck.
very much.
I was always thinking about it, I'm a big sake fan, so I just want to sell a lot of sake. So I'm trying to have a gateway izakaya in a neighborhood.
So a gateway izakaya, lower
Yes.
price point, not so much pressure.
Yes.
You could come in and not spend so
Yes.
much money and the menu's, kind of interesting. You've got those little fried balls with the octopus inside.
Yes.
You've got the tonkatsu sandwich with the Japanese white bread.
Yes.
So really kind of simple Japanese comfort food.
Yes, exactly.
Little gyoza skins?
Yes.
Really
And that's
thin.
what makes them so special. It's very light and delicate.
Make me the pork one.
Of course, I figured.
Thanks. All right, we'll let it roll. We're pretty far east on the Lower East Side.
Yes.
And I'd say, for argument's sake, that for the last 10 years, anything east of Clinton is not a viable business location.
Yes.
This is the last block.
Yes.
So how do you describe the neighborhood? How's it worked for you?
Actually, I love this area, Lower East Side. It looks like old school New York.
Yeah.
And the people living in this area, everybody are really, really unique people. So actually, I fall in love with LAS, Lower East Side. That's why I'm stick with this phrase.
I add a little sesame oil.
Sesame oil. Thank you, kiddo. All right, before I eat them, let's get a beautiful shot of them. These are like super delicate, super light, typical Japanese version. A lot of finesse. Bingo. So you like sake, and you have some pretty cool stuff here. You have that thing that freezes beer mugs in 2 seconds, and some kind of a special drink that you do.
Yes.
With frozen
shochu.
Right, frozen shochu.
Shochu is Japanese vodka, and then make it freeze, and freeze the mug, and I pour the hoppy, which is a non-alcohol, beer flavor.
A non-alcoholic
Yes.
beer, but now it has the alcohol from the shochu.
Yes, you can say that hoppy is a Tokyo drink.
It's cold, and it tastes like beer.
Yes.
Man, it's cold. What temperature is this? Who knows? Cold.
So for the yakisoba, it's basically a vegetarian pan-fried noodle.
So you're just letting the steam from the vegetables cook themselves. Vegetables are
Yeah.
like everything on the planet. They're mostly water.
Slide deep on over. Beautiful noodles. So these we just add water. Then, if you're fun, mackerel powder, tempura flakes, and
Crunch.
sauce.
What's the sauce?
It's a base of Worcestershire, Sir Kensington ketchup, soy sauce, and sugar. And karashi is a Japanese-style spicy mustard. Pickled red ginger. Then it's topped with a little more tempura flakes and aonori, which is a green seaweed. It's a little bit of a party.
I mean, this is like if I had to go vegan, vegetarian 1 night a week, I'd be good to go.
This is kind of the last stop for the Lower East Side, and it only gets better as more people come to the neighborhood. And what's great for us is that, and great for the whole block, is that everybody kind of does something a little different.
Pour away. What are you gonna make? The first thing you're gonna make for me is.
So the first cocktail we're making is a cocktail called the Red Rabbit. So it's a roasted red bell pepper infused Ford's gin with honey, which I'm pouring now.
So you actually burn the peppers, roast them the way you would for.
Roast them on the grill, peel off the black, and then infuse them. We also have yellow chartreuse. We have lemon juice, and then the roasted red bell pepper gin. And before we shake it, we add 2 drops of habanero bitters.
Oh yeah.
1, 2.
Who makes those bitters?
Those are the Bitterman's Hellfire bitters.
It is cocktail hour.
It's very similar like a Bloody Mary would be, but less viscous.
Bloody good. It's really vegetal and delicious.
Awesome.
Delicious.
I'm glad you like it.
Way better than Bloody Mary.
It's all about the roux.
Real dark roux.
Real dark roux. And what I love about gumbo is you can't make a gumbo if you're not committed. You have to be committed to the roux. So what he's gonna do, go ahead and fire. So what we got is we do our same white shrimp, American shrimp.
Same
Yep.
first caught from the,
Same
from the
shrimp.
Gulf Coast.
Yeah. This is my house-made Creole spice. So that's our andouille sausage. Yeah, it's New Orleans. You don't have anything without andouille sausage. Little water.
Deglaze?
Just a deglaze, yeah. Little water, just a deglaze. Also helps it because you're gonna put that gumbo in. The pan's obviously gonna be a little hot.
Yeah, cools the
So
pan
it
down.
cools it down, but you keep that same consistency. So you guys see your gumbo, nice dark roux. I mean, you want it almost to that dark chocolate color. Anything lighter, you don't do it. Yep. And we're gonna dump the oysters and the liqueur. Everything goes in. You want
Yeah,
that
well,
oyster
yeah.
liqueur? Yeah, it gives it a nice little sweet brininess.
I gotta come here for that, man. This
Yeah.
is good for you.
Yeah, I was waiting for the winter time. I was waiting.
God,
See,
it's bloody
nice
good.
and thick. I mean, it's more of a stew than a soup. You know, you get that thickness from the roux. So you got the scoop of rice right there in the middle. And then again, there's not a gumbo without fresh scallions. And that is our gumbo.
We wanted to be able to do really accessible cocktail and small plates menu without verging into the territory of like overwrought small plates. We just wanted to be a place that people could come and have fun.
This is the El Burro. So it's a cilantro-infused mezcal. We use Del Maguey Vita's mezcal. And then we build essentially a gimlet. So it's lime juice, sugar, and the cilantro-infused mezcal.
We then rim the glass with toasted coriander and salt and serve the cocktail on the rocks. And I've never sold as much mezcal than this.
The mezcal's had its moment in New York, huh?
It has, yeah. It's actually one of my favorites. We use the same infusion techniques for this cocktail as we do the red roasted bell peppers, which is actually a very secret technique.
Dang. Does that have to do with freezing or anything? Or?
Once again, Mike, I can't tell you.
God, we get Seoul Chicken. We got all his recipes.
Yeah,
all
well,
of them.
I don't want to go into that. You can read his recipes in Rolling Stone, too.
No, it's great, and the mezcal's sick.
Yeah.
The mezcal's delicious. That little smoky note, super clean.
The color's brilliant. I'm really excited about the color. Hey.
Hey, Chaz! Welcome to Clinton Street.
The great thing about it is that it's very much a neighborhood vibe, especially with all the different restaurant owners on the block, which I think is something that you don't see a lot in New York.
How's that gumbo?
So in the expanding culinary universe that is New York City, and it is amazing. I mean, the scene here is just blowing up everywhere. Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan is what I know. I've just given you 6 great reasons to come to the Lower East Side and visit Clinton Street. And by the time this airs, and probably a short time after that, there'll be another 4 or 5 to join it. We're on Clinton, between Delancey and Houston. Incredible sushi, great Japanese food, Thelma's, love this little bar, Black Crescent, incredible wings. I mean, what's not to love? So come down to the Lower East Side, show some love to Clinton Street. They'll love you back.
Mike Colameco's Real Food is brought to you by the continuous, generous support of the following underwriters.
Extra virgin olive oil from Colavita, an Italian family brand.
Rachel Ray's signature specialty food line, designed for preparing meals at home.
Lou's Naturals family of brands offers all-natural, minimally processed meats, free of antibiotics, hormones, and nitrates. From our family to yours.
Imported from Italy, Anapasta is made from 100% Italian durum wheat semolina and pure spring water, slowly dried to cook al dente. Recipes online at cento.com.